back here. I will be back here. And I will be back with another vengeance.
Yeah, we'll lick our wounds. We'll get over this. We'll be fired up for next year.
Garoppolo has time, stands in, going deep, going for it all, and it's caught for the touchdown! On fourth down, Deebo Samuel for 6. Garoppolo's got all day. He's going to launch it deep down the field, going for it all, and getting it! Emmanuel Sanders, not touched, still on his feet, inside the 10, and he scores! 75-yard bomb from Jimmy Garoppolo to Emmanuel Sanders. Wilson, pressure off the edge, releases it, and it is intercepted by Greenlaw. Trey Greenlaw now on the return. As he's still on his feet with blockers in front. Trey Greenlaw down the sideline. Can you believe this?
Looks like football, baby.
Pass is caught. Kittle breaks one tackle. Another. Wow, what a touchdown for George Kittle. Goff throws and it's intercepted. It's picked off by Warner. Fred Warner for the touchdown. Jeff Wilson has come in at running back. Garoppolo's throw is caught by Jeff Wilson. He's going to score a touchdown for the 49ers.
And the pass is going to be picked off by Bosa. Nick Bosa. Can't bring him down till he gets to the 8-yard line. Wow.
Now Evans in the slot. Winston picked off. It is Richard Sherman, who did not have an interception last year, and he returns it all the way for a 49ers touchdown, 32-yard.
Garoppolo fires. It is caught. Still on his feet is Kittle with a big play. And the stiff arm. George Kittle. Flags fly. He's down to the 30. What a run by George Kittle. Taking on everybody.
Oh, shit. This is the Gold-Blooded Podcast. And this is the off-season is for cunts. Well, I guess it's just the off-seasons for cunts. What's wrong, Kern? You okay?
I'm good.
Oh, I thought you were waving your arms like your house is on fire or something.
Gotcha.
As everybody knows, I am Joey I, and I am a 49er fan for life. I am joined by my best friend. His name is Bob. He as well loves the 49ers, and he'll kick your teeth in about it. And we are also joined from our friend Mr. Michael. He does our social media, and he is he's baby boy Kern as we know him. Say hello, Michael. Yeah, see, everybody just fucks me. I thought I can go around. I thought you see what you've done. You've made him cancer. Is what you've done.
Made him cancer.
You've made him cancer. So here we are. We're doing a little off season here. You know, a little post Super Bowl. You know, I know we got the blues because we didn't even make the fucking playoffs, but we're here trying to bring you a little something. Not going to be the longest episode. We're going to read a couple emails we've received, and you know, we'll just do it nice and slow. We'll take the tip a little bit, and we'll see where it leads us.
This might be the soonest we've ever recorded in the off season.
It is. We're definitely on the ball. One thing that I want to say, one promise I can make the fans, is by the beginning of kickoff NFL season 2021, there will be a very simple gold-blooded T-shirt for sale. Is that a safe thing to promise? That's a promise.
You just did it. So.
I'm doing it. The design is in my head. I shared it with Curran. I know what I want. I'm doing it. It's simple. And if you people don't like it, then you don't have to buy it. But I have a feeling you'll buy it and you'll complain about it the whole time. So that's what we're going to go with. It's nice.
All right.
Yeah.
What's your plan? To buy a bunch and then ship them out, or go through one of those online?
No, yeah, I'm going to buy them and ship them myself.
Wow.
Yeah. I think I don't want some
labor.
Yeah. What do I got going on? I don't have kids.
I don't know. You've been opening this bank account since we started this.
Well, shit happens, you know.
You see that, Kurt? You see that's called laying a trap.
Ah.
I'm saying they have websites where you just like
Yeah.
design it and then they do everything.
Yeah.
And send you a check.
Well, maybe. I
Less
don't know.
profit, less work. You know.
Yeah, I hear you. I don't know. I guess we'll see.
No matter what, whatever we make goes back into the podcast.
Right.
Until we get rich.
Right.
Then we're going to leave anyway.
The design I have is just the back of the shirt will be 4'9", just the number, like, you know, everybody's a player, you're player 4'9", and then maybe the name says gold-blooded, and then a simple GBP on the breastplate. That's it. Simple.
Maybe in an oval.
Right. Class.
GBP.
Something like that. Maybe see if we could do
like how the SF is.
Right, something like that. You know what I mean? Class, and then maybe either a red shirt with gold letters or something along those lines. You know, just simple, nice class. So people, get your wallets ready next year. And what we'll do is the Patreon people, they'll have a first crack at it. Because it's going to be a limited run, I envision it. You know, it's not going to be. I'm not going to make 10,000 fucking gold-blooded shirts. It was like when I was on the bowling team.
That's why those websites, because you can
Right.
make them to order. So
yeah, I was on a bowling team one year, and it was sponsored by some guy who was trying to get a clothing line off the ground. I don't know if you remember this. We were the Devilman clothing bowling team because it was Devilman clothing. I had Devilman bowling shirts around my house for like 12 years.
Really?
I did everything. I dusted with them. I blew fucking loads in them. The whole thing. It was nice. Devilman.
interesting.
That guy's getting a divorce now. He's a real asshole.
Real devilman.
He's a real devilman. All right. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. 3 49ers were named to the top 101 players of 2020.
Who? Well, Steady Fred.
George Kittle.
Oh, Trent Williams, Fred Warner, and Jason Verrett. No Kittle.
He didn't play a lot.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
That's
still.
shitty. Well,
Just that much more fire for next year.
Yep.
what is this going to be? 1 year on, 1 year off? No rest for the wicked?
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, stand by. I have to take a sip of beverage. I am parched.
Stand by, listeners. Please hold. Pause your radio.
All
All
right.
right, Joe.
Better?
Yeah, it was parched, a little parched there, you know, a little dry in the throat, as they say.
What do you think we're going after in the first round?
Well, here's how I feel about it. Do we have a second round pick this year? Do we know that? I'll check that. But
Answer the question, I'll check.
okay. Whoever the 49ers pick in the first round is going to have to be a player that can instantly play. It has to be a starter right out of the gate. You know, they can't pick a player to develop. They can't pick a player that's injured, that's coming off an injury, no matter the quality of player. They have to pick a player who can plug in and play this year. I don't know if that will be something on the offensive line. I don't know if that will be cornerback or D-line. I don't know, but I feel it's going to have to be a guy that could play. So Rob brought up the pick. So we have our first round pick is number 12. Our second round pick is number 43. We have a third round compens. Can you
Take
say
your time.
Can you say
What
that
you
word?
drank?
Can somebody say that word?
Compensatory.
Thank you. That's our only third round pick and that's from the Salah
We
signing.
traded away the other one.
Right, we traded away the other one. Then we have a fourth. We have 2 fifths, 3 fifths, and then a 6th. So I think the first round pick, the second round pick, and maybe even that third, those all have to be guys that can play right away. That's my opinion. Especially with the way that our the salary cap situation is.
Yep.
We need players that get paid next to nothing that can start.
Yeah.
And where do you get players like that? You get young players. You get 5 years out of them. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know who. I don't know nothing about it. What's that?
It will be hard to get 3 players who are like starters, but I will say I have faith in Shanahan and Lynch and whoever else has a say in it. I do have faith that in the top 3 rounds, at least one of them will be a starter. If not, as you hope, all 3 of them.
Yeah,
But
I think you got to
whether
get. I think you got to get 2 out of 3. You know what I mean? I think that's my opinion. You got to get 2 out of 3 to make it all work, to be competitive next year. Because I just don't know how much you can do with the salary cap at 180 and with all the however you say it. Bob, sorry, Kern, go.
Rob, you want to go first?
No, I didn't have anything.
For a second. I think how things are looking, and we're probably going to have to pay Verrett decent money, and unless we sign anybody in free agency, unless we go after, I heard like Patrick Peterson's a free agent, whether we want to go that route again. I think we're going to go cornerback. But if something wild happens, I would not be against if one of those top 3 QBs are still there. And again, that's probably not going to happen. I wouldn't be against taking it, like, if Justin Fields were still there. I see a lot of people saying Trey Lance, and I don't know much about Trey Lance, but I'd be okay with it if they wanted to go after one of those guys for first round and then maybe pick up a cornerback in the second round, or we'll see.
So, Kern, I just want you to keep this in mind. Last year, the 49ers, now granted they traded up so we had 2 first-round picks, but they had 2 first-round picks, and they took Kinlaw and Ayuk, 2 guys who, if Brandon would have been healthy in the beginning of the year, he would have had a much greater impact early in the year, as well as I think overall his numbers would have been significantly improved. But those are 2 guys right there that started right out of the rip. You know what I mean? So I think you need to have luck like that again. I don't know if you call it luck, but you have to have consistency like that.
Luck, faith, yep.
Bob, is there anything you'd like to say?
I am the exact opposite. I couldn't be more against picking a quarterback with that pick.
The first round?
I couldn't be more against
I agree.
it.
I as well.
There's way too many guys that have done nothing that were picked there. There's just way too many. It's just too much. I mean, we all thought Jimmy G was the answer, and he had actually played in the NFL. And we're questioning that. Let alone look at Brady. He wasn't drafted in the first round.
Yeah, I think
it's just now there's certain things you can, but the last time that a guy panned out as expected,
Peyton Manning,
Andrew Luck,
yeah,
maybe
Cam
Deshaun
Newton,
Watson,
yeah,
even he's better than expected.
Yeah,
though. Like they're either better or worse than expected, and it's just too much.
Mahomes was drafted in what when was he drafted?
After a lot of people that aren't as good.
Right.
That's for goddamn sure.
From where I'm sitting, if the 49ers, if there's a guy that Shanahan looks at right now and says, give me, a year and a half with that guy, I can make that guy I could make that man so popular that he's going to be able to pump his seat all over this country, But, it can't be, a bright and flashy guy. It's got to be a guy you take with that 3rd round or that 4th round pick. You know what I mean? A guy that has some value, he has some tools, but not somebody that everybody's going to be beating down the door for. And somebody that, again, isn't ready tomorrow, but a year and a half from now, he's really going to be able to finger fuck his way across the country. That's my hope for the quarterback position.
There's still rumblings that he likes Kirk Cousins more than Jimmy G, which is scary to me, but he knows better than I do.
But I don't think there's any way to get Cousins.
Well, there's always a way.
I mean a feasible way.
I don't care. My only point is that none of us like him. and Kyle Shanahan does. So what the fuck do we know?
No.
That's in Shanahan we trust, but except for Kirk Cousins, he's actually worked with him.
Yeah.
Like he's actually had him in a quarterback room. That's so strange.
Yeah, I don't know.
He did draft C.J. Beathard in the 3rd round also.
Yeah,
we are in such a weird situation because it's like if we go back, we were handed Jimmy Garoppolo essentially. So realistically, we don't know what Kyle Shanahan wants. We don't know if Jimmy was the guy that, he wanted in that position and maybe he just stuck with him.
No, there was like hints and rumbling that he was upset that they gave us Jimmy G because he wanted Kirk Cousins so bad.
Agreed.
Yes. Yep.
Which is, again, mind-blowing to us, but I'm not fucking Kyle Shanahan,
No, we're not.
The market on Carson Wentz has been going down from what I read.
Yeah, they said they weren't happy with any of the offers.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a lot of rumblings of team. It sounded like it was between Indy and somebody else, but then
the Bears.
Yeah, and I think the Bears are like, Wentz. Who the fuck wants to go there?
Yeah. That's funny that they were trying to get Foles back to Philly. That's weird too. Like why ever?
And without Peterson.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll
see.
All right, you Bob, you got a little clock for Daddy? Daddy likes to know the time. All right. Let me do the particulars, and then we'll start the few emails. We'll do this nice and light for the kids. It's like a light mayonnaise right now.
Ugh.
A light mayonnaise?
Light mayo? Fuck off.
Yeah, I know. See, I always have a problem when I order sandwiches because I say light on the mayonnaise, and sometimes they put light mayonnaise. I just mean I only want a little bit of fucking mayonnaise.
Well, that's your problem. Ask for more.
You fucking boot. All right, listen, friends. Clearly, we need some help in the off seasons. I don't ask from a lot from you fucking cucks. I don't ask nothing. I've never asked. I've never demanded nude pictures of your wife. I've never even demanded nude pictures of you. All I ask for is in the off season, you give us a little help. Well, whatever. Fuck that. Listen, it's the off season. Send an email. Try to make it funny. We need some fucking content here, you fucks. goldbloodedpodcast@gmail.com. After you send that email, what you want to do is you want to think about how you listen to us. You want to say, I listen to Podbean. I listen to Stitcher. I listen to Spotify. Whatever it is. Then you're going to go there and you're going to leave a fucking review. 5 stars, 10 stars, 50 stars, funny stars. Whatever it is, just make it nice. Then after that, maybe then you play Stinky Pinky with the wife. And then you go over to the Instagram and you show her the Instagram, Michael. Mr. Michael's doing a fine job over there. You could even DM him, maybe send nudes. Maybe he'll send some back. You have no idea what might happen. You don't know if you don't try. And with that, I want everybody to think long and hard about what their next tattoo is going to be. Because next time you come to Middlebury, Connecticut, you're going to stop by Lucky Rose Tattoo, and you're going to get yourselves a nice tattoo. A beautiful chip or a flower. They did a beautiful flower on beautiful baby, my wife's hand the other day. I don't believe that she got a hand tattoo, but sure as shit, she came in here and she sat like a champion. So, Lucky_Rose_tattoo. Check them out on the Instagram. They do really nice things. They make you happy. Love you long time.
So, hey, Curran, just to let you know, Deshaun Watson was a number 12 pick. And that's where we're picking. Jared Goff was a number 1 overall.
I agree that I think draft most of the time is a shamble. You can
Trubisky
get
was number 2 overall. Sam Bradford was number 1 overall. Sam Bradford.
Yeah, well, he was a guy that made like $90 million.
RG3 was number 2 overall.
One thing with all those players, they were all not good, but instant starters. And that also might have been some downfall.
Blake Bortles was number 3 overall.
Yep.
Mark Sanchez, number 5. That's not a bad one. Sam Darnold was number 3 overall.
Yep. I agree. I hear you.
You want some more? Lamar Jackson, number 32.
Yep.
Way down.
Yep.
He was a starter right away. Brandon Weeden.
No, I remember that, Dick.
22.
Browns, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Speaking of the Browns, Baker Mayfield, number 1 overall. Starting to actually play like a good quarterback. Jake Locker, number 8 overall.
Listen, if Kyle Shanahan wants to take a quarterback at 12 overall, I'm not going to go against it.
EJ
That's all I'm
Manuel,
saying. Yep.
16 overall.
Yep.
He really panned
Made
out.
a big impact.
Tim Tebow, 25th overall.
Oh,
Man,
my man
Here-
Tebow.
And here's another number 12 pick. Christian Ponder. One-time 49er.
Yeah, I think we'll stick with drafting like a linebacker.
Number 10 overall, Blaine Gabbert. Super Bowl ring owning Blaine Gabbert.
That's right. He got it by he all he had to do was give Tom Brady a kiss on the dick.
We do have a number 10 overall on our roster
Yeah, we do.
in Josh Rosen. Number 22 overall, Mr. Johnny Football.
No, I'm sorry. I read the other number. Yeah.
So there's that. And number 26 overall, Paxton Lynch.
Fuck him.
So I'm going to go ahead and skip on the quarterback.
So we're going to read some emails, and the first one is from a guy who definitely has an opinion on the quarterback situation. He's your friend. He's my friend. He's the guiding light in my life. He's the man I think to whenever times get tough and the clouds get dark. I just open up the Gold Blooded Podcast email and I listen to whenever things are bad, I go back and I listen back to a Matt Matterson email just to change my outlook on the situation. How you making out? I'm trying to buy time. If you didn't know, that's what I was doing there for you.
Say a couple of things.
Okay.
Things about different topics. One, goodbye, Robert Sala. I think he had some couple of bad seasons, 3 bad seasons. I think he was successful as a coordinator with the help of Shanahan and Lynch. I think he was successful with that defense. He'll be missed. Trading for Deshaun Watson, really? And even considering Nick Bosa, really? One, I think Deshaun Watson's playing style doesn't fit with Kyle Shanahan's style of offense. So, yeah. 2, a little slightly different situation. Niners traded a great pass rusher of Charles Haley back in the 1990s to the Dallas Cowboys. And you see what happened, what Cowboys did against the Niners in a few of those championship games. Not a good idea, in my opinion. And I'm still on the G bandwagon. I have not given up on Newman G. Yeah, that's it. Not really.
Oh, okay. I thought he said, I am not really. I was like, whoa, okay, all right. All right, Mr. Matterson, we appreciate your quick call. It was wonderful hearing from you in the off season, and I'm excited to see, how things progress from here.
I would trade Nick Bosa for Deshaun Watson straight up in a second.
You would?
1,000,000%. 1,000,000%.
Wow.
Oh.
No questions asked. Done. Tomorrow. The guy's coming off an ACL.
Yeah.
Okay? Right off the rip, he's coming off an ACL.
Yeah.
Who knows what that means?
Yeah.
There's already questions, right? B, who's a better quarterback than Deshaun Watson?
Not a lot of players. He's a really good quarterback.
I would say consensus says Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
And I guess you have to say Tom Brady at this point. Although, I don't know how many more years. I certainly can't put a cap on how many more years.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers.
Josh Allen.
Maybe. Those are maybes.
Yeah.
Even if I give you those, you're still talking a top 5.
Yeah, I don't know how good he is, really. Yeah.
And what's more important, a quarterback or a pass rusher? I'll take the quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, Sure. Steve Orzo, I'd like you to send an email.
And here's
in.
why.
Tell me what you would do there.
I think a pass rusher in the draft can be more solid than a quarterback in the draft. I think quarterback has to have proven themselves at least a little bit, where I think a pass rusher you can pick a little differently.
Curran, can we do a poll on the Instagram?
I'll do a poll.
Do a poll. Would you trade Nick Bosa straight up for Deshaun Watson? Yes? No.
Here's the problem. We're skewed because we're 49er fans, and we saw Nick Bosa his rookie year.
Right.
And we grew to love him.
Right. You put it the way you put it, though.
Bowl.
There's logic.
If you
there.
just step back, if you ask a Jets fan if Robert Saleh could have either Nick Bosa or Deshaun Watson, it's a 99%. Like, there's no way that Bosa wins that vote. No way.
Right, but my only problem with trading for somebody like Deshaun Watson, and don't get me wrong, I would love to have Deshaun Watson, but I know they have a lot more holes. But if trading for a quarterback is it really gonna fix any problem that we've already had? Is quarterback the only problem that we have on our team?
No. But a good quarterback will make you competitive forever.
Right. Proven by Tom.
New England, case in point.
Yeah.
Done. Do you think that how many of the next 10 years is Kansas City not going to be in the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be every year.
I can't imagine them not being in the playoffs.
But if
the Patriots
they lose tons of their weapons, like my only problem is the Texans aren't any better realistically because of they're better because of Deshaun Watson, but
they're coached terribly.
Better?
They are terribly coached.
Okay, so then that's a coaching problem there.
Who are all the weapons that Tom Brady had all those years he was making the playoffs?
No, exactly. No, 100%.
And that's why I say do it, because that makes, to me, again, we're just talking bullshit, obviously, but I would make that trade tomorrow, especially coming off ACL. If it wasn't coming off the ACL and Bosa's second year was as good as his first year or better, it would be a lot harder trade for me to make. Don't get me wrong. But coming off an ACL, I'm done. We already had injury concerns. He already was a guy that was, had that moniker.
Yeah, that was out of
year,
college. Yeah,
his rookie year, he played well, and we were like, okay, maybe not. And then towards ACL, which I don't think points back at that, but it means another year of getting back to it. I think if anybody can rehab quickly from it, it's him. I think he's already a hard worker and all that stuff. But given that one extra bit of question, I'll take Deshaun Watson. And
even I will say, and I do agree with that, if it's, especially if it's Deshaun Watson, like I do gotta think if he were to come to the 49ers, he would be out to prove, like, you had me in that shitty situation back there. Watch what I can do with this team. Like I get that.
And I'm talking a straight up trade. Then we also have Garoppolo to move for a pick or something. I don't know.
Yeah. If that happens, you then gotta believe you're at least getting a second and maybe a third.
Or even just a third. I mean,
yeah.
Let me pull it up. But someone actually suggested a three-team trade, and I want to bring it up because it was I have it right here. Houston gets Philly, Wentz, or Houston. All right, that's typed weird. Houston gets Wentz. 49ers get a first-round pick, 21-22. Essentially, we get Watson. Houston gets Wentz. And then
Philly gets Jimmy?
I think so, yeah. And a couple picks traded in that. I could see that being it's a wild pick, but I feel like that's a logical trade that could happen tomorrow.
A lot of moving parts. Three teams are always, but
especially in the NFL, I get that.
In theory, I'd love to see. I mean, I would be open to that. Watson is the only guy that I would want. You know what I mean? That's not Jimmy at this point. That's in the NFL. Don't ask me about college guys. I don't know nothing. All right. So with all that quarterback talk, we're going to get to the next email, and it's from Tyler Cripps, and it's long, so bear with me. 2021 roster. Hey. So here are my thoughts on how we can possibly keep some of the roster and get what we need. Biggest needs to me that I see are safety, cornerback, offensive line, wide receiver, and quarterback. Starting with safety and cornerback. I say if we can and he wants to, move Sherman to safety. With his knowledge and experience, he would be great. Plus, he hasn't been amazing on man-to-man coverage, but good enough he could play great back there. That would relieve pressure on finding one. I think we keep Verrett, Johnson, Mosley, and Witherspoon. I'm not a fan of Witherspoon, but it would give us less cornerback to find and draft. Offense is a little more tricky. I say if Williams wants a lot of money, sign him for a 2-year unless he's willing to work with the office. Mike McGlinchey isn't that bad of a player as they put him this year. Morale was down in the team, so some didn't perform well like the year before. We can look for some decent backups to do a trade with instead of looking for a starter. For quarterback and wide receiver, they're going to keep Jimmy G, 90% sure. I think they re-sign CJ and let Picnic walk. That way we sign Zach Wilson, if available, in the draft. Let him perform in an off-season and per season. If he performs well, we have leverage to trade him to another team for either a decent veteran wide receiver or cornerback. Then pick up a free agent back up. There's a lot of moving parts here.
So we're going to draft him, and then when he plays well in the preseason, we're going to trade him.
It's unheard of. I don't even think that's illegal. I think we keep Debo, Ayuk, Bourne, Matthews, and Hurd. Let Pettis walk. Well, he's already been traded a long time ago. And have Trent Taylor. Trent was an awesome slot guy in 2018 when we were nothing. If we can get another Sanders, I wish we could get Cooper again. We would have some knowledge for wide receiver. Other comments. I would love to see Aldon Smith come back. Been hearing rumors on that. Be a great D Ford replacement. Imagine Smith and Bosa on one side. Sorry for the long email. I've been sitting on these thoughts for a while. Keep up the great work and topics. I'll be back for more. Sincerely, Tyler. All right, Tyler. I don't know where you live, but you should look into medical marijuana. This is Tyler number 2. Bills versus Chiefs postseason. Also, what are your guys' thoughts with the Josh Allen tackle and the lineman hitting the defense after? I didn't see it, so I don't know what the fuck we're talking about. What I say was the second lineman come and hit tackle Allen to the ground after the whistle was blown. Those offensive linemen had every right to hit him. The defense lineman got up and tried to tower over the quarterback half his size because he got the ball to the face. He deserved to be hit not once but twice. Ha 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 ha! Allen wasn't smart with the ball at the moment, but I would have done the same thing in the moment. P.S. I think all Chiefs players and fans deserve balls to their face after that rigged Super Bowl. Or rigged Super Bowl, I assume is what he's saying. Yes, medical marijuana, Tyler Cripps. Lots of it. Next email is from Matt motherfucking Madison. More off-season opinions.
My previous recording was before Stafford went to the Rams. Now he's a Rams player, and I believe the NFC West is going to be extremely tough next season. That being said, there's just a lot of Jimmy Garoppolo doubters. I've been seeing on social media, and I think he deserves the benefit of the doubt just because, yes, ACL injury and high ankle sprain injury as a Niner in his career. So that's a problem. Those are problems. But I think he deserves that first string spot, at least for at the start of the season. It's reports is saying that they're expecting to sign Josh Rosen during free agency, so I have a feeling if preseason games do happen in August, we're going to see a lot of Rosen during the preseason games. Garoppolo's going to get playing time too, but Rosen's going to get a lot more during the preseason games. Anyway, so one of the key positions they need to add more depth to is the wide receiver position. Either it's going to be by free agency or in the draft. They're going to get at least one wide receiver. I wouldn't be surprised if they pick up a cornerback in the free agency and draft another cornerback in the draft. They could fix that whole line. They could in the free agency or in the draft too. I expect Trent Williams to be re-signed too. We may get another running back. Who knows? That being said, one thing how do you guys feel if Niners picked up an inside pass rusher, another inside pass rusher to send? And that being said, I am out. Really.
All right, Matterson. Well, thank you. I appreciate every word that you speak all the time. The next email is from our man, Gustavo fucking Sanchez. And he says, sucks to suck. That's like, it's nice when things are nice, but the opposite. Now Chiefs fans and the team crying about the refs playing a pivotal part in the game, and that's why they lost. Sounds familiar when those pussy-ass motherfuckers didn't get one call against them last year. Fuck the Chiefs, and nothing made me more happy than to watch the Bucs defense just completely fuck Mahomes. Fuck him and his team, and just for fun, fuck that fat fuck Andy Reid too, and his fucking son who don't know how to drive. That was my insight, not Gustavo. Nothing personal, just they all catching the hate. Here comes the offseason and the stupid amount of quarterback rumors that won't quit clogging my feed on social media. Okay. And the last email for this episode is from the motherfucking one and only Nick Duffy. Super Bowl? Sup, cunts? Fuck Tom Brady. Just die already, cunt. Is Jimmy G the next Alex Smith? I don't think so. I'm just pouring fuel on a fire that I should be pissing on instead. This season we win the Super Bowl. Jimmy G is a hero. Bosa gets MVP, and all you non-believers can suck my fucking dick. Brayton, the young fella is looking good. I think you should get him a Niners tattoo for his birthday. Shout out to Bastard Cat. He get well soon, brother. Shout out to Julio for keeping it real. Fuck the rest of you filthy dogs. Stay the fucking course, boys. This season is ours. Nick, sent from your mother's basement. Phenomenal, Duffy. Phenomenal.
Glad to have you back.
Yeah, glad to see you're still kicking. Curran, is there anything you'd like to say on the way out the door here?
I'm good.
You're good. Bobo, what's the next time we record?
About a month.
About a month and a half. If there's nothing to say, maybe we'll wait a month and a half. You know we're here. We know you're there. Keep in touch. You know how. goldbloodedpodcast@gmail.com. Goldbloodedpodcast on Instagram. Hit us up. We'll see you soon. Fuck everybody. And there's still time for Adam Vinatieri to die. Bye-bye.